As a child, I had a father that abused alcohol. We lived in fear in my house. When my dad would be screaming, I'd go down about a block away and see all these kids playing baseball, and I figured, I'm gonna join, I wanna just play, just let me play. So you fast forward into adulthood. I was a confident Major League Baseball player on the outside, but angry and scared on the inside. You cannot live in the past, and I did this. It was time for me to let go. If you're thinking in the past, you can't move forward spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, because it's based on something that you've done wrong. This is the place you need to be right here, that altar of Christ. I've had the opportunity to speak all across the country. As I'm introduced as a Royals player, a lot of people will say, oh, you have such a tremendous platform. You played in the big leagues, but being a Major League Baseball player is not a platform. And the ability to play a professional sport is a venue, and Jesus Christ is the platform. My dad grew up being addicted to pornography and alcohol. And I always said as a little kid, boy, I'll never do that. If that's how a real man acts, that's not something I'm ever going to be a part of. And sure enough, by the time I was 15 years old, I began to go to parties, hanging out with the upperclassmen. That was my very first taste of not wanting to be like Dad, but knowing I was starting to pick up the same attributes that he led me to. I devoted my life, when I was eight years old, I'm going to play in the big leagues. And then, gentlemen, when I got there, in 1995, my first call-up at the end of May, it was after the surreal part of it, that first week kicked in, like, yeah, I'm in the big leagues. I make this amount of money every 2 weeks? That's kind of cool. I'm just catching and playing outfield. That's fun. That's outstanding. I was absolutely empty. By the time I was about 31 or 32, I really started to develop the awareness that I was angry all the time but didn't know why. Baseball was behind me, I'd been retired, but I really started to get angry about the smallest of things. I went and found a counselor that had experience in Christian men that dealt with anger and dealt with those father wounds, those father issues. And after some time spending with him, I finally started to learn how to forgive myself and appropriate God's forgiveness on every part of my life. He's the God of everything. And I just had a couple areas of my life I wasn't letting His forgiveness and His light shine into. And once I did that, man, the anger just melted away. You get right there at the foot of the cross. You nail that sin to the cross, and then you have to do the one thing you have to do. The one thing after that that you must do that's in your control. Let it go. So many people don't want to talk about subjects that I've had to deal with in life, like anger, addictions of pornography and alcohol and fatherlessness, not being able to let go of the past, forgiveness, not being able to forgive myself, thus in turn not being able to forgive others. And so I talk about all those subjects in a real way that teaches people that it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to get help from it, and to help people be empowered in order to not only get over those things, but then to go out and talk to others and share with others their personal experiences. And now they can realize that not only am I important for who I'm created to be, but because I'm important because I can help others find out who they're created to be. He was supposed to be out there coaching, and he sat there for the next, I don't know, eternity, sharing with me what it meant to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and I was blown away. Am I loving her because my wife, in my opinion, is a beautiful woman on the outside and an amazing woman on the inside, but is that really the love that my wife needs? But he was looking right at me and he says, if we go out into the world and lead, but fail to lead in our own home, shame on us, because ministry begins in your driveway. Until I love myself and understand how He first loved me, there is absolutely no way possible that I can love my wife, love my children, and especially love those people out in the world that they're not any different from me except that I know the Lord and they don't. And what a better place, what a better way to show your love than to share that with somebody who doesn't know Jesus as their Savior.